The Boeing F-47 represents the boldest leap in American air combat capabilities since the unveiling of the F-22 Raptor, and for many in the United States it is more than just a fighter jet, it is a statement of technological dominance, strategic foresight, and national pride. Born from the highly classified and intensely competitive next-generation air dominance program, the F-47 is designed to ensure that the U.S. maintains unquestioned superiority in the skies for decades to come. From its inception, the aircraft has been surrounded by a blend of secrecy and anticipation, as defense analysts, pilots, and aviation enthusiasts alike speculate about its true capabilities. In March 2025, when Boeing emerged as the surprise winner of the NGAD contract, the entire defense world took notice, and Americans saw the dawn of a new era in aerial warfare. The F-47's visual design immediately communicates stealth and lethality. Its sharp edges and blended wing-body fuselage are sculpted for minimal radar cross-section, giving it an almost alien-like presence in the sky. Engineers describe it as stealth plus, an evolution beyond what the F-22 and F-35 could achieve, integrating materials, shaping, and electronic countermeasures that make it extraordinarily difficult to detect, track, or target. Unlike previous fighters that were optimized for specific threat environments, the F-47 is meant to operate deep inside the most heavily defended enemy airspace, shrugging off integrated air defense systems with a mix of invisibility, electronic deception, and overwhelming speed. For Americans who value technological leadership, the F-47 is a showcase of what happens when the U.S. pushes aerospace innovation to its limit. One of the most remarkable features of the F-47 is its speed and reach. With an estimated top speed exceeding Mach 2 and a combat radius of over 1,000 nautical miles, it can strike far-flung targets without depending heavily on vulnerable aerial refueling assets. This extended range is crucial for U.S. strategy in the Indo-Pacific, where vast distances separate American bases from potential flashpoints. For citizens who follow global security trends, the F-47's ability to project power across oceans underscores America's role as a global defender and deterrent force. The aircraft's range and endurance also give U.S. commanders the flexibility to conduct surprise missions, bypass predictable routes, and engage adversaries on their own terms. What sets the F-47 apart even more is its integration into networked warfare. It is not simply a lone predator in the sky, it is a quarterback, a command hub that coordinates fleets of drones, other aircraft, and even naval and ground-based assets in real time. Through its collaborative combat aircraft program, the F-47 will fly with loyal wingmen, drones, unmanned systems capable of carrying sensors, electronic warfare packages, or weapons, all directed by the pilot. This human-machine teaming approach lets the F-47 take on missions that would be too risky for manned aircraft alone. For the American public, this signals a shift towards smarter warfare, where the U.S. uses technology not just for raw firepower, but for adaptability, efficiency, and protection of human life. The cockpit of the F-47 embodies the cutting edge of aerospace ergonomics and augmented reality. Pilots will no longer stare at a forest of analog gauges, instead, they will experience an immersive digital battlespace where sensor data, targeting information, and mission updates are fused into a single, fluid interface. Helmet-mounted displays can overlay critical data directly into the pilot's field of view, while artificial intelligence co-pilots handle routine tasks, recommend tactical maneuvers, and even manage defensive countermeasures in fractions of a second. This frees the human pilot to focus on decision-making and strategy, leveraging the cognitive flexibility that no AI can fully replicate. Americans who take pride in their nation's pilot training programs will see the F-47 as the ultimate tool for unlocking human potential in the cockpit. Under the skin, the F-47 is powered by the next-generation adaptive propulsion system, a breakthrough engine that adjusts its performance profile on the fly for optimal efficiency, speed, or stealth. This adaptability means the aircraft can cruise at high speeds without afterburners, a feat known as supercruise, while still having the ability to unleash sudden bursts of acceleration when needed. However, like any cutting-edge technology, the NGAP engine faces developmental challenges, and early production models may temporarily rely on modified engines from existing platforms. This pragmatic approach ensures that the program moves forward without sacrificing the long-term vision, something that Americans familiar with military procurement will recognize as a balance between ambition and readiness. The weapon suite of the F-47 is designed for maximum versatility. Internal weapons bays preserve stealth, carrying advanced air-to-air missiles, precision-guided bombs, and potentially directed energy weapons in future upgrades. The jet's onboard sensors are so advanced that they can detect and classify targets long before the enemy even knows they are being watched. This advantage in detection and engagement range means that the F-47 can dictate the terms of battle, firing first and disappearing before hostile forces can respond. For those in the US who believe in overwhelming technological superiority as the surest path to peace, the F-47 is a reassurance that America will retain the high ground in any aerial conflict. Beyond combat, the F-47 is a symbol of industrial and scientific achievement. Its development draws on thousands of engineers, software developers, machinists, and suppliers across the country, feeding into local economies and sustaining America's aerospace industrial base. For communities that have built their identities around defense manufacturing, the F-47 program is a source of jobs, innovation, and pride. The skills developed in building this fighter will ripple outward into civilian industries, from advanced materials to autonomous systems, making it a national investment with benefits far beyond the battlefield. The strategic implications of the F-47 are profound. Its combination of stealth, speed, range, and networked warfare is tailored to counter the growing air defense capabilities of near-peer rivals like China and Russia. It can serve as the tip of the spear in suppressing enemy air defenses, escorting strike packages, or acting as a standalone deterrent. In contested environments where satellite communications or GPS might be denied, the F-47's onboard AI and data fusion capabilities ensure it can operate independently, adapting in real time to fluid combat conditions. For American citizens who want reassurance that their military is prepared for any scenario, the F-47 is a clear message. The US is not only keeping pace with threats but staying steps ahead. Public reaction to the F-47 has been a mix of awe and spirited debate. Enthusiasts praise it as a triumph of innovation, while skeptics point to its high projected cost, estimated between $160 and $300 million per aircraft, as a challenge in an era of tight budgets. Yet history shows that America has often paid a premium for technological superiority, and in return, reaped strategic advantages that prevent costly wars. The F-47's production plan calls for at least 185 manned units, a relatively small but elite force that will work alongside unmanned systems to create an unmatched air dominance network. This lean, high-performance approach resonates with many Americans who value precision and quality over sheer quantity. As prototypes continue to undergo testing and refinements, the excitement builds toward its anticipated deployment between 2025 and 2029. Training squadrons will be the first to integrate the aircraft, developing new tactics and doctrines that exploit its unique capabilities. Over time, the F-47 will likely see multiple increments or tranches, each incorporating new technologies as they mature. This evolutionary design philosophy ensures that the platform will remain relevant for decades, adapting to threats that cannot even be fully anticipated today. For Americans who think long-term about defense, this flexibility is as important as its raw performance. Culturally, the F-47 also carries symbolic weight. Its designation evokes a sense of continuity with earlier fighter generations, while signaling that this is something entirely new, a true sixth-generation fighter. For the U.S. Air Force, it is not merely a replacement for the F-22 but a centerpiece of a broader NGAD system that includes sensors, drones, and networked assets working in concert. For the American public, it is a reminder that despite challenges, the nation can still dream big, engineer the extraordinary, and lead the world in aerospace innovation. Ultimately, the Boeing F-47 is more than a sum of its parts. It is a strategic asset, a technological marvel, and a cultural symbol. It reassures allies, deters adversaries, and inspires the next generation of scientists, engineers, and pilots. For those in the United States who look to the skies as a measure of national strength, the F-47 represents the promise that America will continue to dominate the aerial domain well into the mid-21st century. In its sleek lines and advanced systems, Americans can see both the legacy of past airpower triumphs and the bold outline of a future in which their nation's wings are still unmatched.